I never believed in ghosts. Not really. Not in the way horror movie made them seem. But whatever happened to me at Summerwind Mansion changed everything. It wasn't just a house. It was something alive. Something watching, waiting. And once it had me, it wouldn't let go. It started when I was looking for a quiet getaway. A place to clear my head, to escape the noise of the city. That's how I found the lake house. It stood there like a forgotten relic. Its rotting wood and empty windows gaping like an old man's missing teeth. As I pulled into the gravel driveway, the house loomed over me like a silent judge, staring with its dark hollow windows. The lake, besides, it was still too still. Like a sheet of black glass, unbroken and watching. I should have turned around, but I didn't. The moment I stepped onto the porch, the air shifted. It wrapped around me like a wet wool blanket, thick, suffocating. The wooden planks beneath my feet groaned, not like old wood settling, but like something shifting just beneath the surface, waiting. Inside, the air was stale thick, with the scent of damp wood and something metallic, like old pennies soaked in water. My flashlight beam swept across the dusty floorboards, and that's when I saw them, footprints leading towards the grand staircase. I swallowed hard, my breath feeling like it was trapped in my throat. It wasn't just a house, it was a mouth. The first night, I lay in the bed staring at the ceiling, but the silence wasn't comforting. It felt stretched, unnatural, like the whole world had hit a pause. Then just as I started to drift off, I heard it. A whisper, soft, faint, like wind slipping through cracks. Except there was no wind. Help me. The words crawled into my ears like spiders, threading ice into my veins. I sat up fast, my breath sharp, eyes darting around the darkened room. But I was alone. At least that's what I told myself. Until I saw the shadow. It moved just at the edge of my vision. It moved just at the edge of my vision, slipping past the doorway. A dark figure, tall, thin, not walking, but gliding. My heart slammed against my ribs, like a fist pounding on a locked door. I reached for my phone, my fingers shaking so badly, I almost dropped it. The flashlight flickered to life, cutting through the dark. But nothing was there, just peeling wallpaper and dust swirling in the air. And then the whispers came again, closer this time, like breath against the nape of my neck. You shouldn't be there. You shouldn't be there. The next morning, I told myself it was just my imagination, but something crawled at me. An itch in my brain I couldn't scratch, so I explored. That's when I found it. Behind a tattered curtain in the kitchen, a wooden panel. It wasn't on the floor plans. It blended into the wall like it was never meant to be found. My hands were ice cold as I pushed against it. The door swung open, revealing a staircase leading down into blackness. The air that rushed out was thick and wet, like the breath of something ancient. And on the walls, deep, jagged scratches, as if something had spent years trying to claw its way out. I shouldn't have gone down there, but something pulled me forward like a fish caught on a line, reeled in against its will. The moment my foot touched the basement floor, the door above slammed shut. I spun, my breath freezing in my chest. The air was wrong, thick and humid like a mouth had exhaled around me. Then I heard it, breathing, slow, ragged right behind me. I turned, expecting nothing, hoping for nothing. But what I saw, it wasn't human. It stood in the corner, its limbs too long, its fingers curling like dead tree branches. Its face, if you could call it that, was stretched into a sickening grin, teeth jagged like a broken glass. It whispered, "You finally found me." The walls groaned, shifting like lungs, inhaling my phone, flickering, the lights barely cutting through the dark. Then I saw them, piles of bones, stacked in the corners like forgotten trash. I ran. I didn't think, didn't breathe, just ran. The doors wouldn't budge. My hand slipped on the knob, slick with sweat. Behind me, the whispers turned into shrieks, an ear-splitting chorus of voices all screaming, "Stay." I yanked the door one last time. It flew open, and I stumbled into the kitchen, slamming it shut. The whole house groaned, the walls bulging as if something inside was trying to break free. I sprinted outside into my car, fumbling with my keys. But just before I sped away, I saw it in the upstairs window. That thing, watching and smiling. I never went back, but the nightmares did. Every night I wake up gasping, my skin clammy, my ears ringing with those whispers. Sometimes I wake up convinced I can still smell that rotting basement. And then there was the message, a text, no words, just a photo of the Summerwind mansion, and in the window that same grinning face. Maybe the house let me go, maybe it didn't, because sometimes late at night I still hear it. That whisper, soft, close. You shouldn't have left. Maybe the house has let me go, maybe it didn't, because sometimes late at night I still hear it. That whisper, soft, close. You shouldn't have left.